go where I want and I do what I want. My belt match the kicks, don't you go Bonner? T to the G, man. Who do you think it gonna be? This is going to be the first of many stories that are going to be on this playlist. And I thought one of the more interesting stories would be how I went to prison the first time. Now, FYI, this story is 100% true. Nothing is embellished, and I don't try to paint myself in any kind of light that isn't factual. I'm going to be sounding crazy, but this is a crazy story. Shout out King Von. Plus, I thought it'd be a good story for you all to know about making the wrong decisions and then having to deal with real life consequences, and how the judicial system can just sweep you under the rug if you don't have any monetary means. Now, before we get in the story, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you're one of my day ones, go ahead and drop a like and leave a comment like you always do. Now, without wasting time, let's get into it. Even the beginning is crazy. I caught my first DUI on my 21st birthday after leaving my own party. Then caught my second DUI 4 months later, leaving another party in San Mateo County. Crazy. I think I was just partying too much, or I don't know what was going on. But they were all misdemeanors, no accidents, and thank God. It's still dangerous and stupid, but at least it was just small minor infractions. But after that, my L's were suspended. And this is all in the same year, mind you. But after that, around Thanksgiving time, I went to visit my cousin, and without even getting into that part of the story, yes indeed, the third one. Now, let me know if you want a separate story time about how I got all those in 1 year, because that was crazy by itself. I ain't gonna lie. I almost thought I was an alcoholic for a second because it was happening so quickly. But anyway, I got a great lawyer. And once again, since there was no accidents that happened and my BAC wasn't too crazy or anything like that, I was fortunate enough to take a plea deal for 12 months straight in the county. Unfortunately, I was with no good time, but that was to avoid prison. At this point in time, I've only been to the county jail about 4 times and never been to prison. So I was doing everything I could to avoid it. I ain't gonna lie. I was not trying to see that thing. Ironically, though, all the OGs in there were looking at me crazy. They were trying to hurry up and go to prison. And I never understood why. They was like, yo, you took a deal to stay in county? Like, they was looking at me crazy. So anyway, sometime inside, I ended up taking a DUI drug program, and that was for like 4 months. And in exchange for that, they took 2 months off my sentence. So I was coming home after only doing 10 months. So that was cool. I was juiced. I was happy. I came home. I was like, yo, I'm about to start this rap career. I've got all this music I recorded. Oh, yep, I'm up next. Like, you know, with no place to stay, but still, I was going to be the next Lil Baby or whoever was famous at the time. Now, so first thing I did was actually move back to San Francisco, but I had to contact my probation officer within 3 days. So I contacted him on my second day. So I was like, yo, I'm staying ahead of the curve. Can we transfer my probation to San Francisco? He's like, yup, no worries, no big deal. I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, I'm glad you didn't say San Jose, because I forgot I had a misdemeanor in San Jose for something a while ago. I can't even remember, but I'm not allowed. I just know I can't go to San Jose. So no big deal. He's like, no big deal. Don't forget to call him, though. And I was like, oh, yeah, no problem. No big deal. I thought it was weird, right, to have to check in with like court probation, because pretty much it's just like, don't get in trouble in our county or don't be in our county. And then like, we're not going to violate you. So, but anyway, I just wanted to be on the right side of things. So I was like, yeah, I bet, no problem. As soon as I leave the office with you right now. And I did. This is going to be the first of many, excuse me, what? Moments going forward. I was a man of my word. I said I was going to call the probation office in San Jose after that meeting, and I did. So I called them up. I don't have an officer because I'm on court probation. So I say, let me just talk to the officer of the day. So they say, no problem. So they transfer to a nice lady. She's like, hey, what's your name? Like, what's going on? I'm like, oh, yeah. I give her my name. I tell her my situation. She says, oh, yeah. Okay, cool. And the nicest of voices. I said, oh, thank you so much for calling, because we actually didn't know you were free. We were actually going to put a hold on you and transfer you back here. I said, excuse me, what? What do you mean you're going to just transfer me back here? Like, for like what? And she said, also in a nice voice, you violated your probation. I said, but I don't get how I violated it. But anyway, like, what kind of time are we talking about here? Anyway, it can't even be that serious. And she was like, oh, we're the max 3 years. Wait, 3 years where? She's like, prison, of course. Like, I said, excuse me, ma'am. This doesn't make any sense. I immediately got flustered. My heart sank. I didn't know what to do or how to feel. Like I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I gotta just wait, dude. I just came home 2 days ago, like from doing the 10 months. Like, you know what I mean? So she's telling me now I gotta go turn myself in and do 10 years. So I'm sorry, do 3 years. I was like, no, 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 no. So this is what we're gonna do. I said, you gonna have to earn your paycheck. Boop, hung the phone up. Like, sorry, I had to do the take. I'm sorry. Like I was 22 at the time. I I'm just gonna leave it at that. I was 22 at the time. Like, let's just be real. I had no place to stay. I had no residence. I was dipping and dabbling, selling things and motel surfing. And I was, oh yeah, I forgot. I was a rapper too. Yep, yep, big rapper. I was in a major group called Hall of Fame at the time. We was doing a couple shows here and there, but no, 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 no real kind of motion. But I said, okay, we're gonna go on the run. So I think I was on the run for about 6 months, just having fun, motel to motel, and doing what people do, drinking, smoking, having fun all night, laying out with the boys, just dumb stuff for 6 months though. But I do remember the last night I was free before I had to go to prison for the first time. And we were actually doing a show. Me and my cousin, and I believe one of our other group mates, we had a show, and I want to say somewhere in Oakland. I want to say maybe Fox Theater or something like that. But anyway, we actually drove back to the Motel 6 or something. We was doing bad acts, right? So we drove back there, and then we had a party, called a whole bunch of females and other friends. We was just like lit, turned it up. Like, what I'm saying? They called the police on us a few times. We didn't care. Like, what I mean? But we still like, they still let us like stay there. It was cool. Next morning, we were before checkout, because I was thinking about staying another day. So the next morning before checkout, I had my backpack. My cousin had his backpack. We were looking like we just had our backpacks. We're just walking to Hobie's real quick. I don't think we had vehicles. We was, like I said, we was doing bad. But anyway, so we were going to Hobie's, and then a cop just drives straight up to us, boop, hops out and points guns at us and says, "Hey, you three right there." We were like, like, what's going on, right? So we're like, what's up? And he's like, you stay right there, stay right there. And then another car came, and then short story short, we were surrounded immediately. So they said that we fit the description of people who were breaking into cars and were just stealing, I guess. We were like, no, sorry, that's not us. We do music, such and such and such and such. Like, we're just coming here to have some breakfast. We ain't even made it in there. We're staying right here. Like, gave them the whole thing. No problem, right? That should be the end of the story, and I should be on my way, right? Except the first thing the officer says is, "Oh, okay, no problem. Do you mind if we search your backpack?" Not it here. Like, there's nothing in there. "Oh, okay, cool, 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 cool. Now, what's your name? Can I see your ID, please?" No, I ain't got it. Like, I'm on the run. Like, I ain't got it. So I give him a fake name. Like, I'm like, I'm such and such and such and such and such. They're like, okay, okay. And then they ask my cousin his name. He gives him, oh, he doesn't even have his ID either, but he gives him a name and everything like that. But his name come back. And the other dude we were with, he had his ID and his name come back. So like, but everybody's name come back except mine. So obviously we're still sitting there. And then the officer comes up back to me and says, look, man, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. The easy way is you just tell us who you are. We finally get it going. And then, or we just take it down to the station and fingerprint you, and it's just a waste of time. So either way, just like, what's your name? And I hit him with it again. I don't know why I'm not coming up in the system. My name is such and such and such from Whoop-de-Whoop, and I'm such and such age. They're like, mm-hmm. Red flags, by the way. All of these things I'm saying are red flags. Like, what I'm saying? This is why I be laughing. Like, because it's just obvious. So anyway, I just want to say shout out to my cousin in this story, because I do remember the officer walking up to him and saying, "Man, what's his name?" And my cousin really did look at the officer and said, "It's whatever he told you." Respect. But anyway, so eventually I just told him my name. And of course, it came back with a warrant. I was like, you know what? In my head, I rationalized it. There is no way I'm going to get sent to prison for a probation violation on a crime I committed in another county of time. Isn't that like double jeopardy? I was like, you know what? I rationalized it to myself. I was like, not a big deal. Like, let me just go on and just go on and get this out the way. I mean, it's easy to rationalize it when you're in handcuffs already, right? You know, just saying, you got no choice. You go through the 5 stages pretty quickly when the cuffs are on. So yeah, fast forward 4 days later, then I have to go to court, and they wake you up about 5 in the morning. They shuffle you in this weird, messed up, janky fashion, just shackles everywhere. Like I'm talking about up here, chain gang. Just it is what it is. We're in San Jose County. It was wild. You're in this underground tomb area, and it was crazy because I thought about this was being so awkward and ironic. How they had like it was 100 people, and then they had 50 split into one room. I was in that room with the other 50. Then they had another 50 split in another room. And I just thought it was crazy. We were just all in there. I'm like, all right, cool. Because I'm used to court in different counties. So, like, it's just like you sit in the tomb and then they call like 3 people to come up. And then, like, then, I mean, that, and then they come back down. And then, you know how it is. Like, so, well, actually, you don't, hopefully. So then I will never forget this. This is the craziest part of the story. I remember this little Asian lady coming into the tombs, and she had a stack of papers bigger than her. And she said, her face was behind the stack. You couldn't even see her face. She said, and I will never forget this. Hi, but it's mumbled. Like, hi, my name is such and such and such and such. I'm all your lawyers. Yeah, you heard me. All 50 of us, she was the lawyer for all of us. She said, yes, I do the probation violations. Here's your paper, here's your paper, here's your paper, here's your paper, here's your paper. I was like, what's here's your paper mean? Like, what does here's your paper mean? She's like, it has your information, your deal on it right now. And if you don't take the deal, it'll be double next time you come back to court in 2 weeks. I'm like, what? Like, no, seriously though, like, what do you mean? I ain't even look at the paper. Like, how you gonna sit there? I'm thinking like, okay, cool. It's gonna be like, I mean, some slight, like 2 months, maybe 3 months. Like, can't be no 3 years. Like, no way. Like, some slight. And so I look at my paper. Mine says a year and a half in prison. My stomach just dropped. Like, I'm like, wait, excuse me, what? Like, like, what do you mean a year and a half? Like, for this probation violation, I'm looking over at everybody else looking at their paper, and it's getting worse. The further down you go, I hear dude say, foul. I hear another dude talking about 6. What you mean 6? I hear another dude hollering 12. I said, oh. I went straight to my lawyer. I said, all our lawyers, I guess. I went straight to her. I said, excuse me, ma'am. I think there's a typo because, what I'm saying? I just got here. Like, I've never even like actually sat down in the county jail here. Like, what I'm saying? So how we go from this to 0 to 100 real quick? Like, how we do that? Like, what I mean? Explain it to me like I'm 5. Like, figure it out. Like, so she said, don't even worry about it. I mean, it's easy to say that, like, when you ain't the one sitting down, right? It's easy to say that, right? But no, she said, don't even worry about it because check it out. This is how your time break down. You already got all the credit from when you sat down from over there, and then you got the credit from that time, and then you got a little credit right there, and you got credit right there. So pretty much you're only doing 35 days. 35 days. Like where? Like here? No prison. Wait, wait. You telling me it's gonna be 35 days? I mean, the prison breaks it down how they break it down, but it should be that. It should be that. Wait, or what if it's not? Let's play hypotheticals. I don't know. Let's just play hypotheticals. What if it's not? What's it gonna be? What's it really looking like? And then she said, it's up to their discrepancy. Or yeah, their discrepancy. Discretion. Yeah, that's what we say. It's up to their discretion. So I said, so pretty much it's a year and a half then. She said, or it's double if you come back in 2 weeks. Okay, I'll take it. Like, especially after I heard 12. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah. Like, so I go up there, me and everybody who's saying they're going to take their deals. Dude who took 3, another dude who took 6, another one who took 8. The dude who said 12, no, he ain't take that. There's another dude who said 6, he ain't take that. And I remember there was another dude who got 4 and he didn't take that. But everybody else who got their 2s and fews, and you know what I mean, we just said, hey, I just did not like how they said if you come back in 2 weeks it's double. For some reason I believed them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we went upstairs and I took my little deal. They say we got to come back in 2 weeks for sentencing, because this is when you just take the deal. So we come back for sentencing in 2 weeks, and there's everybody else who's there who didn't take the deal. Remember, dude 12, 8 and 4? No, 12, 6 and 4. Yeah. Mr. 12, his deal was 20. They didn't double it, but they almost did. Dude 6, it was double. It was 12. And dude who was 4, it was 8. So I've never been happy to say yes to go to prison. Like, it was crazy. I don't even understand how that happened, but it did. And so also I was thinking, yo, I'm gonna actually go, at least I'll go to San Quentin, like it's around San Francisco, my area. Like, at least I'll be around my people. So, you know, I mean, it's not gonna be that bad. So within a week, I get a notification. And within a week, I get a letter from the prison system that tells me that I will be going to Delano, which is completely the opposite of San Quentin. But that is the story of how I went to prison for the first time. If you guys want to know actually how much time I ended up having to do and that story, let me know. But if you made it this far, that means you put in some paint where it ain't. And for that, you need to be thanked. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share to be aware. Put me in that algorithm because I need to be there, man. Because I know there's 10 other streamers out there doing it like me, but
fuck that, little 10.
I'm maxed out.